Hello students, welcome to our today's video on derivation of degree of reaction for reaction turbines. In this video, we will derive an expression for the degree of reaction for the reaction turbine. So let's start the video. So the very first thing which comes into mind is what is degree of reaction. So degree of reaction is nothing but the ratio of the pressure energy change inside a runner to the total energy change inside the runner. So basically it is the ratio of these two, and it is represented by letter capital R. So the change of total energy per unit weight inside a runner is represented by the Euler's equation of the hydrodynamic machines, which we have studied earlier, and it is a fundamental equation of the hydrodynamic machines which represents the energy transfer per unit weight to the runner, and it is given by like this: the change of total energy per unit weight inside the runner is equal to 1 by G multiplied by into the bracket VW1 U1 plus or minus VW2 U2. So what is this VW1 U1 and VW2 U2? VW is the velocity of whirl, 1 is for inlet and suffix 2 is for outlet, and U is the tangential velocity. And there has these plus and minus signs. So when the angle beta is acute, then there is a plus sign, and when the angle beta is obtuse, then there is a negative sign. Now let us consider the change of total energy per unit weight inside the runner given by the Euler's equation as He. So we have considered it as He. So He is equal to, similar to the Euler's equation, 1 by G into the bracket VW1 U1 plus or minus VW2 U2. Let us consider a radial tip of the turbine. There is this tip. These are the inlet and outlet velocity triangles of this tip. For better understanding, these inlet and outlet velocity triangles are given separately. Then we need to find these values of VW1 U1 and VW2 U2. Means we need to simplify these values and find the equation for the degree of reaction. So for this, we will consider these velocity triangles where VW1 is equal to U1 plus VR1x. Now in this velocity triangle, the two terms are relatively new here. These are this VR1x. The first one is this VR1x and the second one is this VR2x. So these are nothing but the component of the relative velocities at the inlet and outlet in the x directions. So this VR1 represents the x component of this relative velocity, and this VR2 represents the x component of the relative velocity at the outlet. So by this diagram we can see that VW1 in this inlet velocity triangle, we can see this VW1, value of VW1, it is equal to this U1 plus VR1x. So it is the addition of these two, where VR1x is equal to VR cos phi, VR1x, this VR1x, and this is the phi angle. So this is equal to VR1 cos phi. Value of this VR1x is equal to VR1 cos phi. Similarly, its value we can calculate by Pythagoras theorem from this triangle CDB. From this triangle we can calculate VR1x is equal to under root of VR1 square minus VF1 square. So when we this hypotenuse square minus this side square, and its under root will be equal to this VR1x. So by substituting the value of this VR1x here, we will get VW1 is equal to U1 plus under root of Vr1 square minus Vf1 square. Now similarly, the value of Vf1 can be found out by triangle ABC. From triangle ABC, from this triangle ABC, we can say that Vf1 by the Pythagoras theorem, Vf1 and its square is equal to V1 square minus Vw1 square. So according to this Pythagoras theorem, so we can replace this value of Vf1 square here by V1 square minus Vw1 square. Now if we put this u1 on this side, it will become as Vw1 minus u1, and the other side will look like this, under root of Vr1 square minus into the bracket V1 square minus Vw1 square. Now if we squared both the sides, means on the left side and right side, if we squared, then we will get equation like this. This term will get squared, and as there is under root, if we square it, the under root will be vanished. Now if we simplify this, this is the a minus b square Vw1 minus u1 bracket square. If we simplify or expand it by using this formula, then we will get expression like this: Vw1 square plus u1 square minus 2 Vw1 u1, and the right side will become like this. Again simplifying this, Vw1 plus u1 square, this on this right hand side there is a minus v1 square, there is a Vr1 square, and there is a Vw1 square. All these terms will come to the left hand side, then it will become like this, and this minus 2 Vw1 u1 will go to the right hand side, so it will become positive. So now this Vw1 u1 multiplied by 2, this term will get separated. Again if we have simplify it here, after simplifying we will get the expression like this: u1 square minus Vr1 square plus v1 square is equal to 2 Vw1 u1, as this Vw1 and this plus and minus Vw1 square will get cancelled. Then again simplifying this, we will get Vw1 u1 is equal to 1/2 into the bracket u1 square minus Vr1 square plus v1 square. So this is the expression for Vw1 u1. So one term into this Euler's equation we have found out. Similarly, we need to find out the same term for the outlet velocity triangle also. So we will start with this Vw2. Similar in the inlet velocity triangle, in that case also we have started with Vw1. Here we are starting with Vw2. Vw2 is equal to Vr2x minus u2. From this diagram we can see Vw2, this Vw2 is equal to this Vr2x minus this u2. Again the value of Vr2x is equal to Vr2 cos phi. Vr2x is equal to this Vr2 cos phi, and it is also equal to, by the Pythagoras theorem, Vr2x is equal to under root of Vr2 square minus Vf2 square. So if we substitute these values here, instead of Vf2 we will substitute, instead of this Vf2 we will substitute this. So after substituting this, we will get the expression like this: Vw2 u2 is equal to under root of Vr2 square minus V2 square plus Vw2 square. Again squaring the both sides, this under root will be vanished and this side will get squared. After simplifying this, we will get the expression like this: 2w2 v2 u2 is equal to Vr2 square minus V2 square minus u2 square, and the final equation Vw2 u2 is equal to 1/2 into the bracket Vr2 square minus V2 square minus u2 square. So potentially we have found out the expression for the VW1 U1 and VW2 U2. In the above case of velocity triangle under consideration, the change of total energy per unit weight inside the runner is equal to 1 upon G VW1 U1 plus VW2 U2. We have already stated this above according to the Euler's equation. Now if we substitute these two values into this equation, we will get HE is equal to 1 by G. Instead of VW1 U1, we have substituted 1 half into the bracket U1 square minus VR1 square plus V1 square. And instead of VW2 U2, we have substituted this 1 half into the bracket VR2 square minus V2 square minus U2 square. Bracket complete. And after simplifying this, we will get the expression like this: V1 square minus V2 square divided by 2G plus U1 square minus U2 square divided by 2G plus VR2 square minus VR1 square divided by 2G. So basically this change of total energy per unit weight inside the runner, it is the summation of these three terms. So what are these three terms represent? The first term represents the change of the kinetic energy of the fluid per unit weight, as it is the V1 square minus V2 square divided by 2G. Hence it represents the change in the kinetic energy of the fluid for unit weight. The second term represents the change of energy per unit weight due to the centrifugal action, as it is equal to this U1 square minus U2 square divided by 2G, the second term into that equation. And the third term represents the change in static pressure per unit weight. So and the third energy, this relative velocity term, will represent the static pressure per unit weight. So we knew that the energy change due to the centrifugal action takes place in the form of pressure energy. And when a container containing a liquid is rotated, then due to the centrifugal action there is a change of pressure energy, which is represented by H is equal to delta P by rho G, and which is equal to this second term U1 square minus U2 square divided by 2G. Hence potentially these last two terms means this U1 square minus U2 square divided by 2G plus this relative velocity term. These two terms combinedly represent the pressure energy change. Hence the total change in pressure energy inside the runner is given by these two terms. Hence what is our basic equation for the degree of reaction, or what is the definition of degree of reaction? It is the change of pressure energy inside the runner per unit weight divided by change of total energy inside the runner per unit weight. So change of pressure energy in this case is these two terms, and the change of total energy we have already find out these three terms. So after simplifying this, we will get the expression like this: capital R is equal to this. But this is relatively a longer equation. Further simplifying this, we will add and subtract this term, this V1 square minus V2 square. This term we have added and subtracted. So what does it happen? What does happen due to it? The first three terms, these three terms and these three terms are similar. Hence it is equal to 1 minus this V1 square minus V2 square divided by these whole three terms. So this will become as the expression for the degree of reaction. R is equal to 1 minus V1 square minus V2 square divided by V1 square minus V2 square plus U1 square minus U2 square plus VR2 square minus VR1 square. Okay. We also know that HE is equal to summation of these three terms we have already derived. So if we multiply this 2G term to this HE, then the equation will be simplified like this: 2G HE is equal to this summation of these three terms. So in the previous equation, in this equation, we can substitute instead of this 2G HE. So substituting this, The degree of reaction equation will be simplified like this. Capital R is equal to 1 minus V1 square minus V2 square divided by 2G HE. So this is the expression for the degree of reaction in case of the reaction turbine. Thank you. For more videos like this, you can subscribe to our departmental YouTube channel, Mechanical Engineering JHRM Jalgaon.